This evening, fake talent scout lures unsuspecting aspiring models. Multi-million-dollar cassava plant slated for Region 1 in the region. Has gang violence taken root in Belize? And internationally, Pakistan's IMRAN Khan calls for talks with India after jets shot down. Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Wednesday, February the 27th, 2019, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Writing on the behalf of the President, Minister of State Joseph Harmon yesterday notified the opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo and the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, retired Justice James Patterson, of President Granger's desire to have a meeting with the leader of the opposition. The National Assembly's constitutional role in the present situation and GCOM's readiness and requirement for funding to enable it to conduct general and regional elections are 2 points of discussion for the meeting. The meeting is set to take place on March the 6th, 2019 at 11 a.m. at the Ministry of the Presidency. And hours after this announcement, Chief Election Officer Keith Lowenfield was admitted to the Caribbean Heart Institute in Georgetown after he complained of feeling unwell. Reports indicated that Lowenfield may have suffered a suspected heart attack. Lowenfield reportedly visited the Georgetown Hospital yesterday before he was transferred to the Caribbean Heart Institute. He is known to suffer from hypertension. According to doctors, it is unlikely that Lowenfield will need surgery. However, he will remain in the hospital for the next 2 days under doctor supervision. The government is currently building a multi-million-dollar cassava processing plant in Region 1. BB Backus has more in this report.
Cubana Village, Muruku Region 1 will soon benefit from the construction of a cassava flour processing factory. The project began in December 2018 at the cost of 10 million Guyana dollars. The funds also catered for the clearing and preparation of 30 acres of land and the purchasing of cassava sticks for planting. An additional $16 million was allocated this year for equipping the facility, making a total of $26 million invested by the government. The project has already created employment for several villagers who supplied most of the materials being used, with jobs created for the actual construction. Chairman of the co-op, Fabian France, explained that a number of studies were carried out on the sweet cassava before deciding on the project.
We never had this kind of opportunity from before. It was the very first time. From the beginning, I really started when the minister come in. She keep a meeting with me that was 2 years ago, and she mentioned about tomato things at Region 8 or 9. Now when she come up with this cassava, it's just what you want. I'm waiting for this. I invent on the sweet cassava. I carry out a study on it. Right, and it works good. It comes to good flour and it stays some months, right, even without sealing.
Training in the processing of the cassava flour will be conducted by the Ministry of Social Protection's Board of Industrial Training Department. The Ministry of Business will be assisting in training for the packaging. Not only will the factory produce cassava flour for use in the region and farther afield, but it will also be producing casserip, starch, and other cassava byproducts. Over the weekend, Minister Garrido Lowe visited the construction site where works are ongoing. This project is expected to be completed within a month. Headline News, BB Backus.
Thanks, BB. Police in Region 10, Linden, Kokwani, recently unearthed 2 marijuana camps at 10 miles of Millie's hideout, Upper Demerara. A 2.5-acre farm of which contained 300 cannabis plants measuring between 3 to 5 feet was found. The plants were said to have an estimated weight of approximately 250 kilograms. The second camp reportedly contained dried cannabis, which had an estimated weight of approximately 150 kilograms. The plants and camps were destroyed by fire and the location marked for further investigation. No arrests have been made in relation to the discovery. When we come back from the break, fake talent scout lures unsuspecting aspiring models. But first, here are today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Young Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from the credit, buddy? I recommend that you from blah blah. Let you actually game, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back like a ship from five. Five?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Welcome back. The Guyana Police Force Traffic Department wishes to advise drivers of Section 99 of the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Regulation, which states that every motor vehicle, every trailer drawn thereby, and all parts and accessories of such vehicle and trailer shall at all times be in such condition, and the weight distribution, packing, and adjustment of the load of such vehicle or trailer at all times be such that no danger is caused or is likely to be caused to any person on the vehicle or trailer on the road. This advisory comes after a series of incidences of trucks overturning. The latest of such incidents occurred last Sunday on the Macdoom Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. The Guyana Police Force Traffic Department also wishes to advise owners of security services and other persons that the use of a siren and flashing lights is reserved for use exclusively by emergency services vehicles such as fire engines, police vehicles, and ambulances. The department has warned that those guilty of this too will be subject to prosecution. 27-year-old model Madonna Ghani recently took to social media to air her concerns regarding a fake talent scout who is allegedly tricking aspiring models into sending him provocative photos in exchange for a chance at a modeling gig. However, the man accused of running the scam says they have got it all wrong. Esther Sobers investigated all sides of the story and filed this report.
Frustrated, hurt, and scared are some of the sentiments of 27-year-old Madonna Ghani, a local model who was almost lured in a fake modeling gig by someone claiming to be a CPL representative recruiting women for his modeling agency. After several correspondence with the man, Ghani felt that something was amiss. She subsequently declined the offer and launched her own investigation into the supposed modeling scout. Ghani later aired her concerns on social media, which was widely circulated and unraveled some worrying findings. Checks on the man's Facebook accounts showed his name is Rani, the teacher.
He's been going around saying he's from CPL, a part of CPL and IPC, and he is recruiting girls to do modeling. You have to do a practice shoot in order to qualify for the original, whereas when you enter the original, designers from Canada will give you their outfit to wear. You take up pictures and they put it in a magazine. I reached out to designers, well-known designers, and they've never heard of any Canadian designers in Guyana looking for models, and they've never heard of Randy the teacher. That's the only name I know him by, but I don't think that's his original name.
Ghani was not the only one approached by Randy, as other women have allegedly sent their photos to the man with hopes of a job and a cash payment of $15,000 per shoot.
He got a lot of girls. He got their half-naked pictures. I don't know what he did with them or what he does with them. He didn't get mine. I want to put that out because a lot of people was like, it's good for you because you encouraged him. One of the models, one of the girls actually who sent her photo, she was willing to come forward and help me, but she said when she saw the comment under my live, whereas people telling me that I looked for it, I encouraged him.
So being bullied after you've come forward with these accusations?
Yes, she said she's afraid because she said, why do it? Why put him behind bars when people are telling you it's your fault? And it's not your fault, you know, you didn't ask for it. He was coming under a false pretext saying that he's working with CPL, he's a part of CPL, and he's with IPC, you know, so it's nobody's fault. He's the one who needs to be put away.
She took her concerns to the police after reportedly receiving an outpouring of complaints from other women.
They took my statement and they told me to come back Tuesday. Tuesday they messaged me and say come back Wednesday. Wednesday they messaged me and say come back Thursday. Then Friday, and I went Friday. I waited almost an hour. Nobody was there, and I sent. They said they're now leaving to go to the office. So I sent one of the girls who have a similar story with mine. She was one of them who actually sent her photos, and when she went there, nobody was there. So the police is just pushing you around.
Contact was made to Randy. He refutes all accusations levied against him. In fact, he's alleging that his accuser actually owes him money for clothes.
I told her, leave it. If the money is an issue, please leave it and just take the clothing. Because she don't want to pay. This is over a month now. You understand? And because the fact that I misbehaved, she's putting trip information on me and having a cousin commenting on that.
According to the police, the matter is currently being investigated as they are collecting statements from other persons. While many legitimate modeling scouts do exist, one must be wary of such scams. Gracie Brown, a model and a university student of Guyana, shared some tips for aspiring models.
Everybody wants to be a part, and I'm not here to say that you don't have what it takes, because there's room for all of us. And sometimes in that desperation, you tend to leave your common sense behind and drop your guard and, trust these scammers. But to avoid doing so, you must think critically all the time. You must be analytic of who approaches you, who pretends or who claims to be part of some agency or manager of an agency. If you have a friend, first of all, if you have a friend who is in the industry, you should find out from that friend what are the procedures to get in, who are the main agencies of Guyana.
Gandhi is determined to not allow other women to fall prey of such scammers, as she'll be teaming up with other persons overseas to receive justice and bring awareness to this matter.
Someone from Trinidad who's living in Trinidad and America. He's a born Guyanese. He's an advocate in Trinidad. He's fighting for cases with rape cases and stuff. He messaged me and he said he's going to try to get a team to come down to Guyana to help me. And that would be so good. So I hope that people from Guyana who is in Guyana come out and help me as well.
For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. According to Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjitan, the government is looking to establish a drug treatment court, the first of which will be located at the Georgetown Magistrates Court. He explained that the drug treatment court will devise alternatives to imprisonment for drug offenders who meet the criteria, saying, quote, "We want to have non-custodial penalties for those who are found with small amounts of marijuana. The youngster trying out a spliff, if they get caught, you shouldn't send them to jail, and those who are addicts and they come often to the court." The Public Security Minister also noted that it is more expensive to imprison offenders as opposed to offering treatment. Partners in the implementation of this project include the United States government, the Organization of American States, or OAS, and the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission. Don't go away. Coming up after the break. Has gang violence taken root in Belize? And Pakistan's Imran Khan calls for talks with India after jets are shot down. But first, here's this week's Bridge Retraction schedule.
Is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Switch over to GTT right now, no. Because all this time and money I waste on a cars alone can just send up my blood pressure.
You've come to the right place. Really? Once you're switched over with our network, you can activate our Fab 5 plan. With our Fab 5 plan, you can enjoy free unlimited calls with 4 family and friends.
You got to be kidding me.
You will also get 5 gigabytes of data with 250 text messages.
You got to be kidding me.
And your chosen 4 can also call you for free.
You got to be kidding me.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news from the region. A spike in gun violence has shattered the calm and peace of a sleepy Belizean town. The double homicide on Monday evening of Oscar Humez and Kevin Moro, lifelong friends growing up together in the town of Punta Gorda. They were at a residence when a gunman entered the lower flat of the two-story home and unleashed a barrage of gunshots. A third person was reportedly inside the home but escaped unscathed. The deadly shooting came several hours after police responded to a mid-morning attack on another property elsewhere in town. It is not clear whether both incidents are related and if the spate of shootings is attributed to an ongoing feud between rival gangs believed to be operating in town. News 5's Isani Cantayano traveled south today in search of answers, and here's what she found.
Is the tranquil seaside community of Penny being held hostage by a few outsiders who are intent on bringing to this quiet town the kind of urban chaos that has taken root among rival gangs in Belize City? In less than 8 hours, there were 2 shooting incidents in Punta Gorda, the second wave leaving a pair of young men dead. Investigators are trying to determine a nexus, if any, between the 2 attacks. Deceased are Oscar Humes and Kevin Moro, both of whom were in the company of Moro's sibling prior to the deadly ambush on Monday evening.
About after 3 I got home yesterday. When I reached home, my wife tell me how Bubbles and Fishy brother gone, the bush got chopped. So I tell her, so, well, I grab my dog and I gone after them, and we talk for one thing to the next about he plans for. Actually got to build my pan tomorrow, actually today.
But he would not make it out of Toledo district alive. In fact, Moro and Humes were fatally attacked inside this residence on Main Street sometime shortly before 7 p.m. They were caught flat-footed in a shower of bullets.
Police, after receiving information, visited the hospital where they observed one Kevin Pandemoro, 30 years, Belizean of Punta Gorda town, and also one Oscar Humes, also with gunshot injuries. Unfortunately, at the time of their arrival at the hospital, Moro had apparently already passed away, and Moro was being transported to the Southern Regional Hospital, where he died en route to the Southern Regional Hospital. Investigation into this matter continues, and police have identified one potential suspect in this investigation.
The killing of the lifelong friends succeeded in an incident earlier in the day during which a duo opened fire at another location. While no one was injured, an officer who happened to be on motorcycle patrol in the vicinity sprung into action, and the pair was subsequently arrested. Deployed to Punta Gorda in the wake of the madness is Deputy Commissioner of Police Edward Broster.
Based on the recent events, the Commissioner of Police wanted to have an appreciation of what's actually transpiring on the ground, hence the reason he sent one of his most senior officers to Punta Gorda, as well as reinforcement to ensure that we quell any uprising or any situation as it relates to retaliation in terms of the violence that occurred last night. And we have brought in other reinforcement to back up the Punta Gorda formation so that we can deal with the situation and reduce any more bloodshed.
Sir, are you able to tell us, do police know who these warring factions are, and are you able to keep the peace?
We have a pretty good appreciation of who they are. As a matter of fact, we have a manhunt for some individuals at this moment, and we have some in custody.
Perhaps the most important question to ask pertains to the influx of criminal elements from Belize City. Residents surmise that the problem may have begun with the introduction of known gang members a few years ago. Since then, their influence has seemingly ballooned.
Yeah, they know, reached a PG like that kind of way, 2 persons did at the same time. I never believed that would have happened in a PG.
Tell me something. There was a shooting incident here in Punta Gorda yesterday morning, around the same time you'd say. Do you guys believe that what happened last night would have had any bearing, maybe a connection or whatsoever to that previous incident?
Man, I I really don't know how to say about that one there because, you know, I know that them guys are going to shoot up there and then I got the guys there locked up, so I don't know what would have happened or if they would have done something, but I just know that my brother there at the wrong place at the wrong time, and I know that they're not going for my brother, but then just been there, so nobody don't care who they kill now, they just want to kill somebody. Thing.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
And in international news, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan is calling for talks with India after both countries shot down each other's fighter jets during an increasingly dramatic confrontation in the disputed Kashmir region. Pakistan says it has downed 2 Indian jets and captured the pilots, one of which is in a hospital. India, in turn, claims to have shot down 1 Pakistani aircraft and lost one of its own. Al Jazeera's Victoria Gattenby reports.
What caused this Indian fighter jet to crash is disputed between these 2 nuclear-armed rivals. But it was evidence that Pakistan and India were confronting each other in the skies above their borders. And it prompted this appeal from Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan to India's leader Narendra Modi.
We decided to take action today. We only wanted to show India that we're able to, and if you come into our land, we will always retaliate. 2 Indian jets had crossed the border and they were shot down. I will say the pilots are with us. The problem is, where do we go from here?
The Pakistani Air Force says it shot down 2 Indian warplanes after they crossed into its territory in the disputed region of Kashmir. One crashed in the Pakistani-controlled district of Budgam.
Firstly, we need to clear the rubble and then deal with the injured. After that, the Air Force technical team will come and investigate what happened. As of now, we found 2 bodies.
Initially, the Indian government said its plane was downed because of a technical fault.
We have unfortunately lost 1 MiG-21. The pilot is missing in action. Pakistan has claimed that he is in their custody. We are ascertaining the facts.
Tension in this volatile region increased after a suicide bomb attack killed at least 40 Indian security personnel 2 weeks ago. The Pakistan-based armed group Jaish-e-Mohammed claimed responsibility. On Tuesday, the Indian Air Force carried out strikes close to the border of Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. The Indian and Pakistani governments have competing narratives about what's happening in the region. Analysts say the situation has the potential to escalate into a full-scale conflict.
This, I think, is being exacerbated by social media, by television, and by the speed with which information is being conveyed from one side to the other. And there is a lot of what you might call as the nationalist fervor that we see in any country when there is any kind of a military threat to national security.
Airspace around Indian-administered Kashmir has been shut down, and Pakistan has closed its airspace to all commercial traffic. Victoria Gattenby, Al Jazeera.
Here's your 3-day weather forecast. that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in 6:30 tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast and Thursday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. But before that, please stay tuned to Channel 2 after the news for a live telethon for little Jazia McKenzie coming up next. But till then, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from your newscast saying thank you for welcoming us into your home and do have a blessed day.